Yeah, the- you want to-
I think I'm kind of a zombie, I'm tired, but I'm alive.
No, I- yeah, there, yes.
Hello.
You,
Now, I have a salad, but then we start. Yes, I'm good. Yeah. Oh, man, it's been good though. I love it. Debbie here. Gerald. Not ready to leave, leave school, but- So.
Yeah, two word experience, I swear, so I drove with eight months each, and up in Victoria, my God.
It would get in cheaper. Absolutely, I have my standard, it's like organized.
Take a break. That's fine.
I have a stuff, it's the reason I go over it, you know, get other things ready. Oh, there's like.
Hallelujah, babe. Right here, my phone. Yes, I have nothing today. So yell at me. Ask that down more.
Today, well, my kid goes.
Under order for our March 5th, 2024 meeting, we'll start with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item is the approval of minutes. If everyone had a chance to see the minutes, and if so, is there a motion? So moved. Mr. Roth. And by the way, Commissioner Peach, is she on? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, all right. The let the record reflect that all commissioners are present, all of Commissioner Peach is on Zoom today. So, we have a motion on for the approval of the minutes and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That. And then next is the order of agenda. I understand there's an amendment to the order of the agenda.
Yeah,
There's an amendment.
I'd like to make a motion to, add Eli Sir, representing, students. Early in the agenda, so there's a specific role meeting.
All right. We can put that in and right after the consent agenda. Would it be what? Five, no, it wouldn't be 5B. Just by itself after the consent agenda. So with that addition, I have a motion for the approval of the order of the agenda.
Second.
Commissioner Hagan, second. Commissioner Rustad, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Then for the consent agenda. It's, there are bills, employee status changes, and 3 game of chance permits. Does anyone want to have any of those items pulled for review? Hearing none,
Mr. Chair,
yeah,
I would move approval of the consent agenda.
all right. Is there a second? Commissioner Hagan, So, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the approval of the consent agenda, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The vote is unanimous.
Mr. Chairman, I also have, laid the IC music education on.
Right, everyone should have, this item, agenda item. I don't have your name, but if you want to step up and just tell us briefly what you're bringing to us today.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eli Zier. I'm a student at Red River High School and I'm involved in many different music groups. I stand before you today to humbly ask for a proclamation of Music in Our Schools Month in Grand Forks County. This has been recognized by the National Association for Music Education for over 30 years at this point, and it recognizes and celebrates the hard work by our music educators and our music students. As you all may know, Grand Forks schools within Grand Forks County have a rich tradition of music education, and this would recognize just that. So I can say from my personal standpoint, music education plays a very important role in my holistic education. It wouldn't quite be the same without it. So I would consider, or I urge you to consider this proclamation today, and I thank you for your time.
Happy to make a motion
Oh, I don't-
to recognize the proclamation March being used in our schools month.
Right, seconded by Commissioner Hagan.
So that
Any
motion
other, any
include your
questions?
need to sign.
Pardon?
That motion would include your need to sign.
Sure. We left the podium, but anyone have any questions?
No.
All right. We have it great. Okay, all in favor of the approval of this proclamation, signify with the chair's signature, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, hearing none, passed. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome to stay if you like it. It's always
I
exciting.
might.
Kind of nice to see younger kids getting involved in the processes. So I applaud your willingness to step forward for something we believe in. It's not to say that in the proclamation, but meeting you, that's pretty cool. Good to see.
Okay. The next agenda item is the ATM contract. And we now have a copy, this is a modified copy from what we saw last meeting, right?
Correct, and it has been reviewed by Wanda.
Okay. And is there someone who would speak on behalf of this contract?
So we're here today,
Identify your name, please.
yeah, Nicole Richter
And Chris Sutton.
of the Deputy Association. We met last month, about the ATM, so it was tabled that time, and we're just back again to revisit that topic. I know that the ATM company, I don't remember, but, they had offered a different contract to you guys. Giving us 50% of, the profit of the ATM that they currently have in the building. I guess we're just here at this point to, you know, still ask for us to be able to put our ATM in the building.
Okay, so you're from the Deputy Association, right?
Yeah, she is the president of the Deputies Association. I'm a member.
You didn't work out an agreement with the company that's already there?
I spoke to them and they offered us 50% of their profit.
All right,
Mr.
and,
Chair,
well,
just for clarification, I'm not sure what they collect on each transaction, if it is 50, but the agreement calls for $2 to go to your organization on every transaction.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, member of the commission, it's $3.95 per transaction.
so, and they're offering $2.
And they're offering-
$3.95,
Yep.
all right. Discussion, questions? What are the thoughts of the board on this?
I like the idea of the proceeds going to their organization. Personally.
Yeah, I know it sounds like a good offer, but we're still leaving money on the table that people, if people have community that could use it. And that's not a business decision, or it's a business decision, it's not like personal against their company. I know it came with a good explanation, but. I like to see.
So what is the average monthly profit on this?
So they wouldn't provide us directly with the amount. When we had asked them that, they said if it's agreed upon, then they would provide us information to those documents. We were under the understanding at the last meeting that this was for the ATM here and also the ATM at the jail, and we just found out we had everything in place to fully commit to both ATMs. And we just were notified this morning that there is a contract with one at the jail, apparently signed somewhere on the 1st of February. So we're, at this point, we would be able to have the money and the equipment to put an ATM downstairs. It would be no cost to the county, and all the funds then would go back to the community.
My understanding last meeting, if I'm mistaken, tell me, but I didn't think you were asking to have one at the jail, just simply the COB.
Yeah, I think that was the discussion. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was the discussion, just the ATM downstairs, so.
I know we talked about the ATM at the jail. We were under the impression there was no contract whatsoever with the county office building or the jail for the ATM. So at that point, there was discussion about us taking both of them. We didn't come in with a definite answer on whether or not we were seeking that.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Commissioner, I believe I don't know if it was Strom said, or was
Yeah,
it Lloyd that was here?
Stronger.
So last meeting was,
He
Oh.
said that they weren't interested in doing the correctional center, and that was what we heard. And I think it was different people, yeah.
It
Billy,
With Blake?
Blake.
It would have been like
it was
fire.
late.
It was different from one,
Yes.
said different things, they said they were not.
I think I money is waters by asking them if they were to take the one at the COG, would they also be willing to do the one at the jail? If the other companies said they didn't want to do just one, and they were, so there was either two or nothing, so then we'd be stuck without someone running that ATM at the jail. So I probably created some of this confusion. So for that, I apologize, it was just.
You know, I just think at this point, since there's been a contract signed for the correctional center. That can be revisited next year when it comes for renewal. But at this point, I think we just need to deal with the one downstairs in the office building.
Well, that's all we can deal with it.
Yeah,
But, you have any idea of what that would bring in per month for you?
At this point, we
You
don't
also
know.
have to buy a machine, which is how much?
The machine is between 2,400 and 4,000 on average.
Okay. And then you have to have a deputy servicing it. Would it be off-duty hours, or would it be during the workday?
So it would be a combination of both. We would seek a contract with the sheriff at that time to allow us to do it during the week, and if we chose not to, then it would be done on a volunteer basis. Because we're a nonprofit, nobody on our board gets paid anything to sit and communicate and.
What are the wishes of the board?
I think that they do both. That's what they wanna do right now, and then we can revisit the contract with the one in jail next year when it's ready. If that's what they need to do. You want three of them?
Only two.
Two?
Yes.
Oh,
It's the one in this building.
Sorry.
They're asking about.
yeah, because the one in the car, they already have the one in that.
I'm trying to understand the economics of it. You have $2,400 or more for. If you're getting $200 a month from them, it takes 2 years to break even. Without worrying about maintenance of the machine. What are the numbers that work for you?
So the numbers that work would be the consistency between both of them.
Would be what?
Would be between both machines. If you were to sign a contract with both machines, I think he stated in his. If I remember the commissioner meeting from the last meeting or the last one in the end of March. Or sorry, end of February. I think he stated something to the point of they receive 256. On average monthly, about $256 a month on that one down there. I can't say for sure because I don't have that information in front of me. Machines they're certified for, or they're warranted for 4 years, so if you make your money within 4 years, then everything that you make beyond that is just extra. And that's what we would put towards the kids. Now, talking to the ATM provider where we purchase them through, they have contracts for other LEO sites or LEO sites. And they said they make anywhere between $400 and $900 a month on those machines. So you get that upwards on $900 a month. Say you go average, you average it out, so that machine makes $500 a month, the machine downstairs makes $200 a month, that's $700, you make them do that in 3 months. For the first machine, 6 months for the second machine, and then after that, you get that income to provide to those kids after that.
Okay. You're only talking about the
Yep.
COV machine at that point. And there's no guarantee of what will happen in a year for the correctional center.
No,
I'm trying to understand why the $2 transaction isn't actually a pretty good deal for you guys. But
Chairman and members of the commission, just to explain a little bit deeper. The Deputies Association has been working for decades to establish money to work on projects, okay? The initial project, the foundation of the association, I believe, Commissioner Ross was to build a facility out at our range facility, a garage, concrete, and have a range that we could shoot in. So that worked, and then since then, there was just some sustainability, a few $100 here, there to buy flowers for people that passed away, weddings, whatever. Well, now the Deputy Association has a vision to assist kids in the community, to not just buy flowers for a funeral or for a wedding. It's to provide things for kids when they need it. And what they've created currently is a solid foundation to provide financial means to do the Shop with the Deputy event. They have sustainability. They have further goals and projections. They're not short-sighted on this. Like, this isn't, we're gonna lose $3,000 this year, we don't make it this year, oh my goodness, the ceiling's falling. That's not what we're doing. What they're looking at is some sustainability for financial gain to potentially, something that's been talked about for years by the president, is to potentially build a park in the community. Maybe Larimore, Gilby, Manville, whatever, to upgrade and have a Deputy Association park in Grand Forks County. That isn't free, and that's not something you're gonna fundraise for overnight. A small $3,000 investment that'll provide income for years and years to come would be one of the best investments they could do. So hopefully that explains it to you a little bit further, more than a mere $2 transaction. When they're saying $2, keep in mind, somebody said the fee on there is $3.95, not $2. He was looking at giving us half, not 100%. To get 100%, it's gonna be way better off into the future. So that's what they're looking at. They're looking at the futuristic goals of the Deputies Association for the county and the kids in the community, and not just a year turn and burn time. And hopefully that explains it a little bit better.
Even last meeting, I was struck, in favor of the concept, but I was wondering if the numbers really work out. Is there anyone from the car care systems on Zoom?
It might be the fellow there in the car.
He's on,
Left-hand side.
Oh,
He's just not.
if he's talking, we can't hear him.
Muted.
Name is
Sure.
Brian Jones,
What?
Brian Jones, but
Brian Jones? Mr. Jones, I don't think we can, I can't hear you.
Can't hear you. He's
Are you on mute or in a car?
definitely in a car.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
have you been able to hear what we've been talking about here? Can't hear us either. Oh.
I feel like he's not driving. I can, somebody else is driving. We heard Cindy, so I mean.
Was the volume up?
was on.
Well done.
Can you unmute him from the keyboard, Tom?
Sorry.
Can you? It's not muted. So you must not have audio.
His audio's not really, oh, well, at least the,
He has indicated in the chat that he cannot hear you, but I can hear you just fine.
yeah, chat with him on the Zoom.
Yeah, shouldn't be here too.
Phone call?
Well, what are we trying to accomplish here?
Just trying to get him.
Try to chat. Yeah. Keyboard isn't. Seem to be working. I've already made up my mind.
While it's-
So when he's, they can give him his.
Have you had discussions with them between last meeting and this time?
I have, yeah.
Okay, and what was your feeling of their position? Just.
I certainly appreciate the offer that they're willing to give 50%. However, with us taking over the ATM, that gives us 100% of the profit, which then gives us that much more money to give back to the community. So, and just to add to that, we have no financial gain or benefit from putting an ATM here. The only people that are gonna benefit are the kids within our community, so.
No, again,
The more money we can make for them, the better for them.
I think a $5 fee too.
Yeah, question, Nicole. Do you have money in the association right now to buy the machine?
Yeah, I do,
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
By what?
and we have money to
They
fill
got
it.
money to buy it.
By the machine?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to finance the machine.
Correct, we've got money on our own to.
Or
So that's like we were missing, but they didn't have the money to buy it, or.
Well, I'm just, that's what.
So then you can, you're gonna finance the profit and all of it right away.
Correct, we get all of the profit, we own the
Yeah.
machine.
Okay. Any further questions? Looks like we're not going to be able to talk to the.
I think we can hear you now.
Okay.
There was
So,
something happening where we couldn't hear you. Sorry about that.
all right, so you're aware of the position of the Deputies Association that they would like to put their own machine in. Even after you had made the offer to them. Do you understand that?
We do now. We just heard it for the first time.
Well, you had discussions with them between last meeting and this meeting, correct?
We tried. We didn't talk to Nikki until yesterday morning.
We did.
And go ahead.
We were just making sure that we knew that you guys did talk then before this meeting, if you had talked yesterday morning.
Yes, we did. And what we talked about was that we offered 50% of the income on the county building. And the jail wasn't on the table. The first we heard about Nikki wanting to take that one over was yesterday. And we have that one under an agreement with you at this time. So that was new to us yesterday. So we're sorry. I'm a little bit confused as to what's going on. Our offer
We're
for
not
the,
talking about the jail one at this point. We understand that's under contract until next year. So we're just
Okay.
talking about the county office building.
okay. So our offer is to offer 50% of the income on it. Go ahead. No, that's all. They're just. That was in our letter. We sent an email. And that's what we're offering.
Okay. Further questions, comments?
I just think at this point, they're not interested in 50% when they can get 100%. So I guess I would make a motion at this time that we allow the Grand Forks County Sheriff's Deputy Association to take over the ATM in the county office building.
1 second.
Right, we have a motion and a second to allow the Deputies Association to place an ATM in the county office building and take over the funding and handling of that. Are there any further questions, Commissioner Peach?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, anybody else? Hearing none, then assuming a roll call vote, everybody, all in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Aye.
Passed unanimously. So that's what we'll do.
Thank you.
Chairman, do you want a date?
Pardon?
Should there be a date from when they should have to vacate and they can put theirs in?
I was gonna ask that too.
Date, a timeline of when this should happen, like
What would you think?
April 1st,
30 days or something. Is that-
April first.
This has been a verbal contract. Well, now, we didn't have the contract.
We could serve them an eviction notice if you want.
I think 30 days would be fair. I would appreciate that. Thank you.
He's asking for their, if that's fair.
Okay. All right. Any other comments on how long it would take to go?
About 30 days should suffice.
Well, they have the money
Work?
to purchase it, so I would assume that would be enough time to buy one and.
Correct.
Yeah, so 30 days.
Right, so we'll make it 30 days from now, I guess, would work. Okay, is that part of your motion?
Yes.
Perfect. And second,
Second,
all
yeah.
right, that's how we'll do it. Thank you. Let's see. It's not here,
Goes online.
what?
He's on Zoom.
Oh. Okay. Didn't see him, all right, go ahead. And then you told me he would be on, here, so. Mr. West? There you are.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Coming to you live from Bismarck. I'm at the North Dakota DOT Construction Conference and going well. I have 3 items for consideration for the board, and all 3 are bid resolutions for various projects we've had bid through the DOT a couple weeks ago. The first one for consideration would be the BRP BRC 1800-022, which is the new bridge. We've been designing and bidding on County Road 5, just south, couple miles south of the town of Manville. That bid came in at $2,190,912. Just for the commission's awareness on this, this project, I applied for a grant January of 2022. I had conservatively estimated 1.6 million at that time. And knowing full well that the most money that the grant would allow would be 1,250,000. So we applied knowing that if we got the job and bids came in, we would have about $500,000 local match. However, through the course of the last, few months, the DOT has been very generous and changed their programming where that 1,250,000 is still on the table. That's still 100% funds, but the remainder project is now 80-20. So that's really good. At the current prices, that means our local match for construction cost 188,000. So that's even less than what we had initially budgeted. However, we do need to add construction engineering in there. So we're probably looking at construction engineering is usually around that 10 to 15% of construction cost. So we're probably in that $250,000, 220 to 250 local funds would need to be allocated for that, of which we would have those funds available. We've been planning for this and knowing it's been coming for about 1.5 years now. So my request would be for the board to accept the resolution and accept Swing and Construction for the bid as presented, and for county auditor and chairman's signature.
And is that the project, just to make sure we have the right one, that's project BRP BRC 1800022.
Correct.
Right, we have questions for Mr. West?
I move approval.
One second, Commissioner Rusted, second by Commissioner Ross to approve the resolution for chair signature on this particular project. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously.
Thank you.
The next one is,
The next project would be the SC 1800-023. So that would be our mill and overlay paving project. This one, I remember last meeting I mentioned we had estimated the project to be 3.4 million. And it came in at 2.6, or well, $2,571,862.12. I have since got the bid tab. And where we're saving money is the price of oil is half of what we thought it would be. And the milling of the pavement was half of what we thought it would be. Which is great. I don't know why oil is so cheap, but all the contractors were similarly priced, so it's not an anomaly. So this is great news, and it saves us some money because this is an 80-20 split, 20% locally shared, so we would save that almost $900 or $850,000 savings from when we estimated 20% of that. So that is very nice on our local budget. Yeah, we can use that money on a different project now. So Knife River, I would very comfortable with those folks. They've done all of our paving in the last 10 years, except last year Mayo did our paving. We've had very good luck with that company, and I would recommend we move forward with them and accept the bid resolution with county auditor signature and chairman's signature as well.
All right, any questions? No questions?
Wait a second.
We need the motion. Okay, Commissioner Rustin, second by
Going for us next. Judgments.
Yeah.
Right, any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the resolution, signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed?
Aye.
I think that was
That was my.
in favor, so unanimous, it passed unanimously. All right,
Thank you.
project.
Yeah, the last one for consideration is the Larimore Shared Use Path. So that's the path between the town of Larimore and the Larimore Dam Rec area and golf course. This is for the board's reminder, this is the project that the county water board is heading up. And a few months ago, we were before the board with an agreement that passed those responsibilities of the project and financial and contractual agreements, pass it from the county commission or the county to the water board. But this project was bids came in favorably as well too. The engineer's estimate was 344,000. Bids came in. Strata was low bid, $278,818. So that was good. And the just for the commission's awareness, the last water board meeting, they approved this contractor to do the work, and they are appropriately budgeted for the project and would recommend approval. With that, I would ask for approval with county auditor's signature and Board of Commissioners chairman's signature as well.
Right, any questions of Mr. West? Hearing none, do I have a motion? So moved. Mr. Ross, second?
I'll second that.
Mr. Peach, and all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
I,
Aye.
Unanimous, passed unanimous. All right,
Thank you. That is all I have. Any questions for myself?
no questions for you, I guess. Have a good
Okay,
meeting out there.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's on the line. County administrator, any?
I have nothing for the board today, Mr. Chair.
All right. It's turning,
I like my.
right? Your reporter very busy today.
Thank you very much.
Committee reports, Commissioner Peach,
I have nothing.
Commissioner Ross.
the jail and youth assessment centers are really moving along. We had a meeting this morning. The timelines are. They're ahead of where they should be because of the weather, which is great. If you haven't been out there, it's really nice. This Thursday, we have Kari has a emergency management, meeting in her office. I will be attending that, and other than that, that's all I've got.
All right. Mr. Rusted,
Got nothing at this time.
Mr. Hagan.
Well, I guess I got all the things.
Here
Two things actually. The library was awarded a $12,600 grant from the state library to purchase a soundproof study nook. Should be here April 2024, so next month already. For people to do meetings or people need just a really, I mean, the library is pretty quiet, but place to go and study or what have you. And then for the Red River Valley Regional Council, we've been doing some small meetings in different communities across our county and a few others to grow local economies and create visitor-friendly communities. And the next one is at the Thompson Community Center this Monday, March 11th from 6 to 7:30. So I don't know if everybody got it, but I do have a flyer with more information, like, but everyone's encouraged to go. That's all I got.
Okay. I've got a couple of things, three, I guess. I attended the township officers meeting, also, Michelle was there and who else was there from me? And Sheriff Schneider, both there, and so did, Ned West. And Haley was there as well, giving an update to the township. For those of you who are new to the commission, it's an annual thing, meeting in Larimore, and all the township officers are there, and it's really a good thing to go to if you can. You get to meet some of the people who are doing all those jobs for very little compensation. And then play a vital role in, of course, what goes on in the townships. And Nick knows all of these people, so Nick gets 15 minutes and he expands it into about 45, because if you don't. But it's really an excellent meeting, and it's fun to go to that one. The other thing is, there was a Zoom, there was a meeting here in the county office building, I attended by Zoom, on the issue of Highway 2 as an emergency route during snowstorms. The airport needs access, the base needs access. Grand Sky, people have to get to their jobs, and it's a 24/7 kind of thing with the base and Grand Sky and even the airport. So that was the first meeting, and Mr. Ford, when's the next thing gonna be?
Making your meeting, aren't they? Gonna create a meeting?
I have to defer to Ms. Leon, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I missed it.
Part of creating meeting for in the fall. Yep, so about a September timeline to get a group together to, point of contact, talk about procedures and redo any policy that needs to be
Who's on the
done.
committee?
I don't know if it's specifically a committee, it's just going to be a group of stakeholders, my understanding, but.
Okay,
It started out as.
the sheriff should be in it,
Yeah.
Yep, so,
and the highway patrol.
yeah, all those entities, Grand Forks Air Force Base, Grand Sky representatives, county, emergency management.
Started out fairly small, Commissioner Ross down. Just to make sure it was a more cordial, comfortable atmosphere, and I think it'll grow to. All the stakeholders as it goes forward, but the city, the county, the highway patrol and then NDDOT reps were there, I believe.
Sure.
But I agree, I think the sheriff. Really expanded the
Years
sheriff.
ago, we used to have a committee, and we used to hold those meetings out at the North Dakota DOT office, so.
Cardi mentioned that during the meeting.
Yeah.
That's something that they wanna start up again.
Yeah, get it going again, yeah, it's a good thing.
But the air base should probably be in those meetings as well going forward, I think.
They're gonna pull from the original list of these and just have them there.
Well, it's a little complicated when you have all these agencies all having slightly different issues. The state wants to shut down the highway sometimes, but the base doesn't want it, so you got two law enforcement agencies patrolling the same area, and I know you guys get along with highway department, but everyone's gotta be involved in trying to figure out what can be done to keep some of this traffic moving safely in blizzards and whatever else. Then the third thing was, on Friday, Governor Bergen was in town and they had an impromptu meeting out at the Grand Forks Career Impact Academy. Which, and for those of you who aren't sure where that is, it's the old Holiday Inn facility. It's been torn down. It's right next to the Ramada Inn. Easy access to Gateway Drive and Interstate and so on. And I've got a brochure here from that. If any of you are interested in getting a copy of it today. I'm gonna start distributing those to some of the people in Northwood for one, and you might want to do some of the same things. It's really an outstanding idea for these young people who maybe don't like to go straight from high school to college or maybe not to trade school either, right out of high school, but they can take classes at this CIA, they call it, during high school.
With the actual, yeah.
But
Not to be confused with the actual.
not to be confused with, yeah, to be confused with that one, no. Career Impact Academy. For some reason, that name was chosen over CTE, which is what it is in other places, which is Career Technical.
Career
Education.
Technical Education Center.
Yeah, so anyway, it's in 1 month, in the middle of the winter, they put up all the ironwork for the framework, and it's a gigantic building. So just drive by there and take a look at that, but it's a great concept, and as you may recall, those of us who were on the commission, the county put as much as we could afford into that project when it came up. Grand Forks had to raise $10 million in 72 days, and they raised 11 million. And we gave all we could afford to give, but it was a pretty substantial chunk. So I think it's a great thing, and just kind of watch what's going on with that. So then let's move on to unfinished new business. Betty?
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, I need a motion to appoint the following to serve as inspectors for the June 11th and November 5th, 2024 elections. It's Diane Fossum for the early voting precinct, Amber Goditis for the June absentee ballot precinct, and Whitney Walsh for the November absentee ballot precinct. Dina Mayotte at the Alara Center Voting Center. Debbie Grindy, the Home Economy Voting Center. William Puffy, Icon Arena, our district office voting center. Laura Munsky for the Hope Church Voting Center. Dan Lund for the Amaretto Community Center. Susan Larson for the Gilby Presbyterian Church. Melissa Lehman for Larimore Senior Citizen Center. Jacob Thorbon for the Manville Public School. Joyce Magnus for Northwood Community Center, and Ray Poser for the Thompson Community Center.
So
Second.
motion by Mr. Rusted, second by Mr. Hagan. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passed.
Thank you. And the next item is just a reminder about that primary residence credit. And thank you to Grand Forks Herald reporter, Josh Irvin, for that wonderful article you did on the primary residence credit. But it's just a reminder, the deadline is coming March 31st. So if you haven't applied, you must apply.
Yeah, and it's truly a no-brainer if you want the residents, so I hope everybody gets
If
around.
you haven't seen it, you live in a box.
Yeah.
What?
If you haven't seen it, you live in a box.
Yeah, that's true. And you also, it takes what, 5 minutes to do?
Yeah,
I did it some time ago, and it takes no time at all, so I hope they go do that. All right, what else have we got?
Then the next item, I need a motion for the chair to sign for the Bank of North Dakota loan requests. We have expenditures of just over $1 million on the correctional $18 million loan. And then we have just under $50,000 on the DOE. Or 43,681. So I need a.
A motion
for
or
the-
two motion? One.
You could just do it in one, but the chair to sign both documents.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I would move approval.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Peace moved approval, Commissioner Ross graciously seconded. So, okay, assuming a roll call vote, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed? Passed unanimously.
Thank you.
All
That's
right.
all I have.
What's up here?
Oh, that was part of the a request that
So
already approved.
is there any correspondence?
No.
Oh. So does that mean there's a job for someone who's,
And, moved into a jury, please.
all in favor?
I.
Aye.
Return.